All right, Boston, we are back. Man, it's time for us to head into the year 3 playoffs with your Boston Bruins. And look at the team that we are matching up against in round number 1, the Toronto Maple Leafs. So this shouldn't be a problem at all, right? 2013 Game 7 victory over the Leafs. 2019 Game 7 victory over the Leafs. And 2018 as well. Now we're in, 2022, but still, the Maple Leaf nightmare, the Maple Leaf meltdown, the Jake Gardiner Game 7 goof-ups, all of those are still there in the back of the minds of the current Toronto Maple Leaf players. We just have to make sure it comes true for a 4th time in a row. So here we are, round 1 up against the Toronto Maple Leafs after an outstanding regular season. Your Boston Bruins, the President's Trophy winning team, the best team in hockey, finishing with a record of 52, 28, and 8. From the beginning of the season, we were a good team, but I made a big-time trade at the trade deadline, upgrading our third-line center, who will eventually become our second-line center, going from Dayton Heinen up to Rickard Rakell. But we also had some injuries. Now, before we get into our lineup, I want to take a look at the team that we are going up against, the Toronto Maple Leafs, here in year number 3. We already did this in the last video, but I want to do it again. First line, they got William Nylander, 25 years of age, Austin Matthews, 24 years of age, and Mitch Marner, 24. So these guys are still young guys, but no more rookie excuses, no more minor league contract excuses. They're in their mid-20s. They're all studs. They can certainly get it done. And, with John Tavares at 31 years of age, their salary cap situation, I think also Morgan Riley, it's going to be the last year of his contract. Yeah, you can make the argument that this is a must-win year for the Toronto Maple Leafs before they got to shake things up. Second line, Kasperi Kapanen, John Tavares, and Nick Petan. See, guys like this, Petan, they've got to fill up because of all those big-time contracts. But Johnny T is still a good enough second-line center to get that second line going alongside of Kasperi Kapanen, who is an overtime hero both for Finland and for the Leafs. Third line, you got Andreas Johnsson, Jason Spezza, and Nicholas Baptiste. You can see how it really falls off. Andreas Johnsson is a very good third-line center for this game, 84 overall. Jason Spezza might not be a bad third-line center if he's still good offensively, especially behind Austin Matthews and John Tavares, but still, not the greatest third line. And then the fourth line, same thing, Alexander Kerfoot. You could even move him up to the third line. Their center core is very good, but Brendan Peary and Pitlick on the fourth line, I'm not going to criticize that too much. Fourth liners could be mid-70s and still have good simulation, right? On the blue line, they have Morgan Riley alongside of Josh Manson. So they did get that stay-at-home defensive right-handed defenseman to play alongside of Morgan Riley. But 28 years of age, 30 years of age, you see what I'm talking about. They got to get this sucker done now. Travis Dermott and Timothy Liljegren. And is Liljegren 1 year left on his minor league deal? So they got to pay him and Morgan Riley. Yeah, that's going to be rough. Sebastian Aho and Ben Harper as well. And between the pipes, they still have Freddie Anderson, who is 32 years of age at 87 overall, and a backup of Peter Mrazek. So a good team here, certainly an offensive team. I can see why their regular season record wasn't the greatest. They barely got into the playoffs, losing more games than they won. But that offense, that Nylander, Matthews, Tavares, Marner, Kapanen, Johnsson, they're going to have two good power play lines. Morgan Riley is good offensively. The question is, can they keep the puck out of the net? Frederik Andersen is going to have to take on a big load here, but we should be able to get plenty of opportunities ourselves. And speaking of ourselves, the Boston Bruins lineup. We did some load management towards the end of the season, giving a break to the injured Patrice Bergeron. So we got to get him back in there. So what I'm going to do is, we're going to do the line changes. Obviously, we can't do any power of video editing. This is a live stream. But Braden Point is going back down. Sean Corrali is going to get scratched. We're going to get our captain, Patrice Bergeron, who is now an 87 overall. We're going to put him back on the first line. But if we start losing games, I might drop Patrice Bergeron down to the second line because we no longer have our first line right wing. David Pasternak goes down, what was it, a concussion? Something bad, but he will not be back till June 22nd, which means he's gone for the entire playoff run. So arguably, our very best player at 91 overall is not going to be on this playoff run with us. All right, so that is going to be rough. Now, a lot of people right now in the chat are saying to move up our second line center, Braden Point, to the first line. I want to see how this goes. I have no I have no idea on how to construct these lines. We know Patrice Bergeron plays well defensively, but Brad Marchand is also a two-way forward. Now, I was thinking about splitting these two guys up, but they play so well together. Their plus-minus is way up there, so we might be able to put the guy who scores a lot of goals, Corey Perry, on that line. It actually may work out. Second line, we're going to actually move up Rickard Rakell, who is supposed to be a third line. You know what? Yeah, we can go Rickard Rakell third line center for one game just to see what happens because JFK can score goals. That second line was good for us over the course of the regular season. Rickard Rakell, who we picked up at the trade deadline as an upgrade from Dayton Heinen, 85 overall. Eventually, he's going to become a second line center for us. But for right now, I'm going to play him on the third line. But if I need to, I could always move him up to the first line right wing. I could move him up to, I could go Point, Marchand, and Rakell. I could go Point, Marchand, Bergeron, and Rakell. There's a lot of different things that we could do here. What the hell was that luxury cruise? I didn't know you could do that. Oh my God, he's sending me, he's winking at me. All right, sounds good. Kreider, Rakell, and Shenishin. On the third line, we have our young player, Zach Shenishin, 25 years of age. So that third line, I'm hoping that the depth can outplay the Toronto Maple Leafs depth. And then Nemesnikov, Frederick, and Gauntz back here on the fourth line. Who else is injured? Right, Gauntz has got to get in there because he's a winger. And yeah, Corey Perry moves up. All right, so there is the forward core. Defensively, we got Torrey Krug and Carlo. I'm going to leave these guys on the same line. Carlo was fantastic for us during the regular season. And they get that plus, a plus 51 alongside of Torrey Krug. They get that plus 5. So if that line chemistry has anything to do with the simulation, Krug is a 96, Carlo's an 89. I want those guys playing together. But if we start to lose some games, we're going to go and load up with Krug and McAvoy on the first, Carlo and Brodin on the second. All right, so we're going to leave that the same way it is. Power play. So Point, Marchand, DeBrusk, Kreider, Rakell, Perry. I want those guys in there. We can actually put Perry back on the point and take Vakinen out in exchange for the man who had load management towards the end of the season, Patrice Bergeron. So he's going to get in there. We're going to put Rickard Rakell on the wing. In fact, he can go on the left side. There you go. Corey Perry can take some shots from the point. That looks good. 4-man power play. Gauntz does not need to be in there. We're going to move up Marchand. I will go Rakell alongside of Bergeron. Now that we're in the playoffs, we have to play our best players. All right, no more load management. And penalty kill Frederick Nemestikov. See, Frederick is on the penalty kill twice. We do not want that. So Bergeron, yeah, we are going to use Bergeron on the penalty kill. I want this guy playing. Nemesnikov and Forsbacka Karlsson. Was he the guy on the penalty kill? We had a lot of injuries towards the end of the year. It wasn't Gauntz. It wasn't Kreider. Frederick, we already got. Yeah, it was. Okay, it was Jacob Forsbacka Karlsson. So Carlo Brodin, McAvoy, and Vakinen. Yeah. 3-man penalty kill. Bergie is up there with McAvoy and Carlo. Yeah. Brodin with Frederick and Krug. Yep. And the man who has the whole team on his shoulders, the whole team on his back, Tuukka Rask. Remember last season during the playoffs, I think it actually just showed me, a save percentage below 900, all right? 898 save percentage. Now, in my most recent Can We Go 0-82 video, I stated that I don't want to pay a goaltender $10 million at all if goaltending stats don't matter. And I paid Tuukka Rask $9.5 million. So if I'm paying you $9.5 million, Tuukka, I expect you to play like that. I mean, look what he did in the year before when it was his actual year going to the Stanley Cup Finals. A 933 save percentage down to an 898 and a second round sweep to the Tampa Bay Lightning. God. All right, so Tuukka's in there. Jim Reimer is the backup. Let me just go extra attackers just in case. Yeah, see, there you go. Gauntz is in there. We can't have that. Point, you're going to play alongside of DeBrusk on that second line 4-on-4. All right, Krug, McAvoy. We're going to go Krug and Carlo, McAvoy, Brodin, and then the third, Rakell, and it's going to be Rakell and Shenishin. Okay, Vakinen and Demers. So that's the 4-on-4. 3-on-3 is not going to happen. We don't have to worry about that. Point and Bergeron. Point's going to be the first extra attacker. Shootout doesn't matter. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So there are your Year 3 Boston Bruins for the Year 3 playoff run. It sucks so much that we don't have David Pastrnak in this lineup because that's what I've been constructing this team for. I mean, we had everything. We had the blue line. We had the goaltender. We had the depth. We had the goal scoring. And then we lose our best players for the best player for the entire playoff run. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so no more vamping, no more wasting time. It's game 1 in the Garden up against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Is it going 7 again? Will the Boston Bruins just demolish their rivals, the Toronto Maple Leafs, or will Toronto finally slay their demons and conquer the Boston Bruins in round 1 of the playoffs? What is going to happen here? Well, let's get into it. Game 1 in Boston, baby. We're going to go real-time simulation. The fans are saying Boston in 6. All right, I like that. As long as we're winning, I'm okay with it. Times 8 simulation. The controller goes down. 'Tis in the hands of the gods now. And the series opening goal scored on the blue line by Josh Manson. All right, so that stay-at-home defenseman alongside of his defensive partner. What the fuck? In Boston, the Toronto Maple Leafs come out flying, baby. They know what it takes to beat the Boston Bruins here in the playoffs. All right, but I'm not worried. 2013, we had a 4-1 lead in the third period. All right, we can always come back against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Don't worry about it, boys. So after 1, the Leafs came out on fire, but McAvoy gets one late to at least turn it into a game. The worst lead in hockey, the 2-goal advantage. So this game is far from done. Shots are pretty even, so it's not like they're outplaying us. And there you go, Jake DeBrusk gets us back within 1. Maple Leaf meltdown. Maple Leaf meltdown, ladies and gentlemen. It's a real thing. It's so potent, it can cross universes to video games, baby. 2 minutes left here in the second period. The Boston Bruins have done their job. 1 goal in the first, 1 goal in the second. Let's get that 1 goal in the third. Maybe get it to overtime. 2 goals would be great. Hey, how's it going, Patrick Kane? He doesn't like it. I gotta figure out how to turn that off. What the hell is that you guys are sending me? Third period underway. Boston is down by 1. Power play for Toronto. It was a 4-on-3. Thank God we killed it off. But Travis Dermott, the third defenseman for the Toronto Maple Leafs to score in game 1. Power play for Boston goes nowhere. 10 minutes left. 2-goal advantage. Yeah, we might have just allowed too many goals. Oh, Mitch Marner now. And it's Jim Reimer in the net for the third period. Oh, the Leafs scoring on him. And Toronto takes game number 1, 5-2. Tuukka Rask overpaid. Now, I'm not going to blame Tuukka. We gave up 37 shots to 27. I mean, we didn't get the 3 goals by the end of regulation anyways. But the line changes, boys. I mean, without David Pastrnak in the line, there it is. Look at that. There it is. All right, Corey Perry, you are coming off that. Look at that. Look at that first line. Got absolutely torched by the Toronto Maple Leafs first line. A -3 across the board with a point. -3 across the board with a point, and they didn't even have a power play. So they were on the ice for 4 even strength goals against. We cannot have that happen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, do I have permission? Wait a minute. What the fuck, man? How is this gonna happen? We lose fucking Pastrnak, and now Charlie McAvoy goes down? Talk about the worst goddamn timing for freaking injuries, man. Oh my God, it's over. It's over. Edit lines manually. It is over, ladies and gentlemen. We just lost arguably our 2 best players. I mean, Torrey Krug, 91 overall, but McAvoy is the two-way guy. Where is he? Hang on a second. McAvoy's the two-way guy. And yeah, he's 90 overall as well. I would have rather lost Torrey Krug than McAvoy, because we have McAvoy on the penalty kill also. Oh! All right, so hang on a second. We got to go through line changes. Joe Lozone is coming up. What the fuck? This doesn't even look like a playoff-bound team anymore. All right, so we're loading up. If the Leafs are loading up on the first line, we're loading up on the first line. Marchand, Point, DeBrusk, all right, +3 on that first line. Let's go. We are loading up. Bergeron, all right, Raquel, and fucking Kreider, baby. Let's load up. Yeah, that actually does. I don't get a plus there. What if I put Shenishin there and then Raquel right there? There you go. All right. So Shenishin, I want Raquel shooting. Yeah, Shenishin on the right side, Bergeron and Raquel. All right. So +3s in the first, +1s on the second. Corey Perry, Kreider, and Jacob Forsbacka. Carlson. That looks good to me. All right, and then Frederick, what is this? Okay, so the fourth line was an even line, so we don't need to change that fourth line. All right, so Braden Point, I picked you up, what was it, a couple years ago now? 26 years of age, the guy who's taken over for Patrice Bergeron in the future. Brad Marchand is only 33. He's got this year. He might have another year before he starts to drop off. He still has that exact elite. He could drop off after the season. The point is, he's golden right now. All right, you don't have to worry about his age. He's golden right now, so I need you two guys to work together. Marchand is a 94. Point is a 93. DeBrusk is an 87. You guys need to get going. And on the defensive side of things, what did this first line do? -1. Torrey Krug, -1. Nah, I got to keep them together. Demers, you're going to come up. Lazone, for God's sake, Lazone, you do not fit in on this lineup whatsoever, man. Yeah, I have no other defensemen. Scratch players, McAvoy, Pasternak, Corrali. Unless, hang on a second, let me just go to roster moves. Who do I have? Do I have any, maybe I have a prospect in the AHL who all of a sudden has grown. Pretty sure Lazone is our best D-man, though. Yeah, I mean, Axel Anderson. So Lazone is the man. We got to go with Lazone here. Oh, man, our blue line looks real bad. So Krug, Carlo, Demers, yeah, I'm just going to go with these two guys down here. Good luck, Vac. I mean, Lazone's going to play like a 74 overall. Special teams, 5-man. DeBrusque, Point, Marchand. Yeah, we're going to keep that the same. Krug, and we're going to go Brodin. All right. Bergeron, Kreider, and Raquel. Perry, and Brodin, Krug. I'll just go Demers. I mean, there's no point in going Carlo. I'll just go Demers in there. There you go. I needed another defenseman. All right. 4-man power play. Point, Marchand, Lazone. Get the hell out of here, Lazone. Raquel, Bergeron, and then same thing, just Demers. Yeah. Oh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts so much. Penalty kill. Oh, we are looking good, but McAvoy, right? Yeah. So McAvoy comes off the penalty kill. We already have Brodin and Carlo. Vakinen, I can't trust Lazone. Krug, you gotta I don't care if you're an offensive defenseman, my man. You're gonna have to get out there and kill some penalties. Jeez. What a horrible injury that was. Carlo with Brodin, Krug, and Demers. There you go. What was the other one? Hang on a second. I have Krug on too? Krug and... No, I want Demers. Hang on a second. Sorry about this, boys. Krug and Demers. Jeez, a lot of power of video editing potential in this video, but you guys might as well stay on it with us. Hang on a second. Goaltenders, Tuukka Rask, very good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so there are the changes. We have an injured Charlie McAvoy and an injured David Pasternak right now for the Boston Bruins. Oh my goodness gracious. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to go back to league settings and I'm going to make sure, hang on a second, where is it? I'm going to make sure that the, hang on, where is it? Yeah, where is it? NHL injury. No, both. All right, playable and both. Yeah, I want to know both. Because that way I can make the decision whether or not to play Charlie McAvoy, even if he is injured. We're already down 1-0 in the series. So, yeah. And it said the 22nd for McAvoy, right? So, let's see. He might be able to make it back for like a Game 7. Maybe a Game 7. We have to get through the Toronto Maple Leafs without McAvoy. Oh, my God. What a horrible. Check injury report. I already, it was June, and it was the 22nd, but if in case you guys want to see a visual, here you go. I'll bring it up for you. Pasternak, it was a broken wrist, right? It wasn't a concussion. Yeah, you can't play with a broken wrist. There's nothing you can do. And McAvoy is pending evaluation. So maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed, it is less than, what's it called? The 22nd. He can get back for maybe a Game 6 injured. I don't care. I got to play him. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Trailing the Toronto Maple Leafs 1-0 with home ice advantage. So they've already done their job and taken one on the road. Here we go, the new lineup. So I'm really relying on Braden Point. Braden Point on the first line. Also to lock down Matthews, Nylander, and Marner, mind you. It's not just about offense. What the hell is going on? Individual, I don't care about the morale of our AHL team right now, fucking EA. I'm worried about round number 1, game 2. Power play for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Goes nowhere. Good job, Tuukka. The Leafs are out shooting us, but the captain, right on the doorstep, gets us the lead in game number 2. All right. That's more like it. So Bergie on the second line does a good job, all right, and we kept the puck out of the net. You got to think that after Tuukka Rask gets embarrassed in game number 1, he's got to answer back with a good game, right? Shots 11-8 in favor of the Maple Leafs. Second period underway. Boston Bruins do not want to fall down 2-0. Jake DeBrusque on the first line. Power play now for the Boston Bruins. First line coming through and the second line coming through. So the line changes so far working out. Power play for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Nothing happens. Boston Bruins and their penalty killing alongside of Tuukka Rask is keeping the puck out of the net. 21 shots to 17 in favor of your Bruins. Worst lead in hockey, though, going into the third period, baby. Give me the routine +1. 15 minutes left here in the third. Can the Boston Bruins and Tuukka Rask hold on to this? I don't want to say it. I don't want to jinx it, but can they hold on to it? Hold on to it. Bergeron, that's going to be the insurance marker. Can Rask get it? No, I shouldn't even referenced it. Sons of bitches. All right, but don't worry about it because Patrice Bergeron got that huge insurance marker, and then Frederick on the fourth line gave us that 3-goal advantage, and that's going to be a 4-1 victory for the Boston Bruins. Unable to get the shutout, but that's okay. Let's take a look at the Boston Bruins stats right here. All right, and Bergeron a +2 on the second line alongside Rickard Rakell. There you go. Maybe Rickard Rakell, a two-way and a playmaker, worked great. And Shenishin, a +2, right? Demers, what about the first line? What about the first line? Kreider, what about the first line? Oh, Point Marchand, look at that. They were still a minus in there. Even with a point, so two even. How is that? How are they a minus? How does that work? Because they didn't have any power play. Huh. Well, whatever. I'm sure I'm just missing something. The point is, we won the game 4-1 convincingly, so I'm not making any line changes, all right? Lazone had an assist. Good job, Lazone. I didn't even notice it. My scouting report right now in the chat told me that Lazone had an assist. So the 75 overall defenseman on the top six, getting it done. That's what we need, man. All right, so you're traveling north of the border to the Toronto Maple Leafs Air Canada Center. Screw Scotiabank Arena. Air Canada Center, baby. All right, ×8 in Toronto. And Don Cherry is still there in coach's corner. I don't care. Power play for both teams. Oh, another one for the Boston Bruins. The Zebras helping us out. Both teams, though, failed to score on their respective power plays. 10 shots to 8 in favor of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Teams playing very similar, but there's Scory Perry. Scory Perry, the man who shows up in the playoffs for us. Nice job, Scory. All right. So now that's back-to-back games. Ever since the line change, back-to-back games where we've had the first period and a 1-0 lead, all right? Or we might have even had the 2-0 lead in the last game. The point is we had the lead after one. I want to continue that streak. Second period underway. Boston has that lead, but one quick shot could turn that around. A tie game. Boston Bruins halfway through, though, still holding on to that 1-0 lead. Come on now, insurance. No, Austin Matthews, cheeks, scores on the half boards against Tuukka Rask. With 4 minutes left in the second period, we certainly have a game. Oh, and John Tavares, the ball breaker goal. 27 seconds left in the second period. I mean, that's a great way to get everyone pumped up in the locker room during the intermission. You give everyone life, and now the Boston Bruins, they got to fight uphill. They got to get that goal just to get it tied up. We're going to have to get at least 2 more goals in this game. The Toronto Maple Leafs, they just got to hold on. So 21 shots to 15. This is a series swinging game. Game 3. Series is tied up at 1. What's going to happen here in the third period? The Leafs have that lead. 15 minutes, and Mitchell Marner, he's going to score on Tuukka Rask from way out there. What the hell, Tuukka? Must have been a screen. Marner's ain't clapping it from out there. 10 minutes left, and the Leafs have a 2-goal advantage. But wait a minute, the Maple Leaf meltdown. Frederick gets one with 6 minutes. It's a 1-goal game. Come on, Boston. Come on, Boston, please. Oh, that would have been so nice. But have the Toronto Maple Leafs learned from their mistakes in the past? That's twice now they've had the advantage in the third against the Boston Bruins, and they've been able to shut her down. Even though we got that 1 goal, Mitchell got that insurance marker, and then they get the victory. So I don't know. This is not the Dion Phagouf Leafs, right? This is not the Jake Gardner Leafs. This is the new Toronto Maple Leafs. So who are the minuses? Torrey Krug, Bergie second. They were only a -1 though. I'm not gonna go crazy on a -1. It's just if it -2, then you start to see a pattern. -1, it could happen to anyone. All right, so we're not going to make any line changes there. Patrice Bergeron lost morale because of ice time. Patrice, I'd move you up, but I mean, no, I shouldn't. I mean, I could do something like this: Bergeron, Points, and Marchand, but then that gives up. We don't have a second line. Well, you have, but then you got 2 snipers right there. I'd rather I don't think I want to do that. All right, it was a close game. We could have won that game. I don't want to start making crazy line changes. The fact is that our team takes a step back, losing McAvoy and Pasternak. It's massive. It's massive. So I will move Patrice Bergeron up alongside a Point if we have our backs against the wall. But that was a close game. We won the games before that. We've actually been simulating quite well. Other than game 1, which is when we had the other lines. So I look at the last 3 games as being. Well, the last 2 games as being good simulation games for us. We just got to hope that continues and it goes our way. All right, so I'm not making any changes. A 2-1 series lead for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Come on now. We are still in Toronto. for game number 4. First line's got to show up now. Brad Marchand, point. Power play, less than 30 seconds into the game. What the hell are you doing, Boston? It's a long one. What did Brad Marchand do? Did he cross-check someone to the face? Oh, wait, no, that's Kadri on the Leafs. Another one. The Zebras helping out Toronto. Jeez. And there you go. Jake DeBrusk opened up the goal scoring for the Boston Bruins. All right, so once again, getting that lead, getting that first lead, and getting to the end of the first period with it. Can we do it? Another power play. Whoa, Braden Point. There you go. All right, so the first line, big time there in the first period. Jake DeBrusk getting us out ahead, and then Braden Point with 19 seconds left in the first. Same thing as John Tavares, what he did in the last game. Those goals late in the intermission, man, they just pump up your team going into the locker room. So second period underway. The Boston Bruins 3-goal lead. Rickard Rakell trade deadline pickup, and the Bruins came to play tonight, ladies and gentlemen. They ain't fooling around. They ain't fooling around one bit. Halfway through the game, outshooting the Leafs 27-18. Power play for Toronto. Can they get this back to within 2 before the start of the third? Wouldn't make me feel great about things, but no, we are going to start the third period with that 3-goal advantage. So 32 shots to 20 in favor of the Boston Bruins. Everything is going right this game. This is what I mean about not changing the lines. I think that we do simulate pretty well during these setups. But Baptiste, was that a shorthanded goal or scored right after the power play? We had 2 power plays in this third period. They have 1 goal. Oh my God! The reverse Maple Leaf meltdown? No! Boston power play. That's our third of the period, and we don't score. Tuukka! I need you, Tuukka. 5 minutes. Oh! Brendan Carlo gets the insurance. Torrey Krug gets the insurance +1. And the Boston Bruins survive the scare. That could have been a 3-1 series lead for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Oh, baby. Thank God the offense showed up. 48 shots to 26. Freddie Anderson kept his team in that game. All those shots. Tuukka Rask played fine. Freddie was the better goaltender, and it almost gave them the W. He almost single-handedly won that game. Yeah, Point Marchand a +1, Carlo a +2. Who was minus? Demers the third line. Yeah. This is the best lineups that we can put together, I think, without Pasternak and McAvoy. All right, and now we have guaranteed ourselves a Game 6. So perhaps McAvoy gets back, but we have guaranteed ourselves at least another 2 games. All right, so let's simulate up. Going back home to Boston, baby. Both teams have won 1 game in both arenas, so I wouldn't say either one of us have an advantage here. Patrice Bergeron, 5 points in 4 games played. He's playing great. We just have to get some goaltending from Tuukka Rask. When I look at what Tuukka's done, last game was decent. Game before that, 3 goals against. What was the game before that? 3 games ago now? Hang on a second. He got pulled in game number 1. He had a great game number 2, and then you're due for a good game now. All right, you're due. You've had 1 stellar game out of 4. All right, you need a good game now. It's time for Tuukka to play like an 89 overall goaltender. All right, I need you to give us that 3-2 series lead. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen, back in Boston. I'm putting all my chips on Tuukka Rask for this game. All right, I think he's going to step up for us. First period underway. Controller is down. Early power play for the Boston Bruins. It goes nowhere. Frederik Andersen might be the better goaltender in this series so far, but it's going to come down to that elimination game and which goalie is going to be the better goalie in that game, it looks like. These 2 teams, man. And Scory Perry opening up the goal scoring. And is it happening once again? I think it is. The Boston Bruins have a 1-goal advantage after the first period. So I think with McAvoy and Pasternak, we easily handle the Toronto Maple Leafs because we are simulating very well without them. There are no line changes happening. Even if we lose this game or the next game, we have to keep these lines. These lines are simulating just fine. We just have to hope that the hockey gods are going to smile upon us. Second period underway. The Boston Bruins have given up that 1-goal advantage. Austin Matthews right in the crease, but Torrey Krug answers right back. Way to go, Krugy. You're a veteran on this team making $9 million per season. That's what I like to see. Power play for Boston goes nowhere. Power play for Toronto, and Willie Nee decides to actually show up in the playoffs. Unreal. Tying the game up for the second time. So the Leafs fighting back with a goal from Austin Matthews and from William Nylander. And the series tied up at 2-2. Game 5, tied up at 2-2 going into the third period. These two teams are very, very similar. Well, very evenly matched between Toronto and Boston. Third period underway. Who's going to be the hero of this game? Who's going to be the goaltender? Shots are even, score is even. Power play doesn't go anywhere. Power play for Toronto doesn't go anywhere. Goaltenders, fucking zebra, stop it! Oh no! Kasperi Kapanen, 10 minutes left. Come on, Boston. 3 goals by the end of regulation. That's the rule. You can do 1 goal per period. Please, somebody, don't let me fall down 3-2 to the fucking Leafs. Ah! And just like 2019, the Boston Bruins are trailing the Toronto Maple Leafs 3-2 in round 1. Oh my God. And 22 shots, 3 goals. Fuck Tuukka Rask, honestly. Fuck him straight to hell. I mean, these goaltenders can't do shit. I'm not paying 9.5 again. I'll pay him $8 million just to trade him for a prospect or some shit, because this is getting ridiculous. What the hell is this goofball McGundy doing in the net? I'm not even worried about these guys. 22 shots, 3 goals, .864 save percentage, with a 305 goals. It's happening again. Just like last year, it is happening again. Tuukka Rask, man, dropping the ball. Drop it. Bring in Reimer. No. You guys got me trying stupid shit. I can't go with Jim Reimer. If I go with Jim Reimer and I lose, then it's all my fault. If I go with Jim Reimer and I win, then yeah, it's on me, right? But if I go with Tuukka, then it's on Tuukka. It ain't on me. It's the goalie that I'm paying $9.5 million to, 89 overall. No, I'm keeping Rask, boys. That's a decision where, as a GM, you're overthinking things. Remember, I made that shootout video about Babcock and coaches wanting to be the hero? I don't want to be the hero here. I've constructed the team. It's up to the players. Simple as that. Simple as that. You know what we need? There's only one man who can give us the advice that we need here to win in game number 6. All right? Boom! Coach's Corner, brought to you by poppy-wearing Canadians nationwide, baby. Yeah! Let me tell you something, Boston Bruins. These Toronto Maple Leafs have failed every single time the pressure kicks in. 2013, 18, 19, my Boston Bruins handled these pussy Leafs. They fired me here in Toronto. So fucking go out there and kick their ass for blue, baby. Yeah! All right, so Don Cherry is behind the Boston Bruins. We have got to get ourselves the victory here. Game number 6 in Toronto, baby. We are not making any line changes. It doesn't look like Charlie McAvoy got back whatsoever. All right, so, Jason fucking Spezza! Oh my God, you know what? Don Cherry always loves Spezza. Shit! Oh no! Andreas Janssen! He scored. All right, Braden Point gets us back within 1. It's not over just yet. Relax. Too early. Fuck you, Tuukka. If we somehow get through this game, I'm putting Jim Reimer in the net. 5-on-4 power play, and we can't score. Just get to the end. Okay. Whew. All right, relax. Relax. I thought this game was going to get out of hand. Once again, the Boston Bruins are out-shooting the Toronto Maple Leafs 11-7. But yet the Toronto Maple Leafs have the lead, 2-1, on goals of by Jason Spezza, Andreas Janssen. Can't even talk. Braden Point, possibly our future captain, steps up with a big goal with more than 10 minutes left in the first period, and it stands 2-1 right now with 40 minutes remaining. This is still a game. If anything, 2013 taught me anything, games are not over till they're over. All right, Boston in the final and Toronto in round 1. So shit, do not get down on yourselves. Captain Bergie and Tuukka. Tuukka, no more goals go in. And Bergie, get out there and get the second line going. All right, here we go. And Torrey Krug as well. All right, $9 million man. You got to step up for Pasta, for the city of Boston, for McAvoy. Get your asses in gear, and let's see that second period. Underway. All right, I want a solid 20. And we get out there, we take a penalty, but Jake DeBrusk, he scores right after it. Huge. Absolutely huge right there. Raquel! Fuck you, Matthews, you piece of shit. 3-3 tie. All right, we're tied up halfway through the game. Both goaltenders not playing great right now. Oh my God, Tuukka, you're the worst piece of shit in the world. I should have traded you for a bag of hockey pucks. Oh my God. So we get 2, but we give up 2. I needed you to not let in any more, Tuukka Rask. So still a 1-goal advantage for the Toronto Maple Leafs going into the third period. And it had to come down to this, didn't it? It had to come down to this. It may not be Game 7, but this is essentially a Game 7 for the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's their home ice advantage. They have the lead in the third period with the chance to eliminate the Boston Bruins. Please, please. All right, the Maple Leaf meltdown is so real, it will transfer from reality into my video game. It has to, it has to, it has to. The Leafs suck in the first round against Boston, all right? So Bergie, get out there. Crew, get out there. And Tuukka, I swear to freaking Christ, you stop that puck, all right? Or I'm going to ship you to the worst team in the NHL. I don't even know what it is just yet, but it's going to happen. Third period, underway, baby. Come on, Boston. Find a way to fight back. Bergie, please. Tuukka's doing his job in the third, I guess. Krug, please. Come on, boys. Point, please! No! Tuukka! You stupid fucking Finnish bastard! Oh, yeah, have a blast! The Fantastic Finn and the Super Swede just slaying the hearts of the Boston Bruins. And when I'm a member of the Boston Bruins, then the Toronto Maple Leafs win? Motherfucker! Why couldn't that happen in real life? I'm done. I'm fucking done. Twitch not working. Had to delay for 2 hours just for this stupid shit to happen. Tuukka's done. I hope the Leafs burn in hell, and I'm switching GM modes. I'm done, boys. It's over. Good night.
Hey guys, Johnny here, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and make sure notifications are on so you don't miss out on any new content. We also live stream on Twitch where I take days off my life for your entertainment. Sonny Gray, get out of it.
You stupid pieces of shit! I should have gone with Jose for Fernandez!
Oh my God, pitching change. Fernandez, get your ass in there. Oh, I swear to God, baseball God just decided to all over me. Grand slam, oh yeah. Make me miss the playoffs with a first-ranked team. Year 2, 30 games above 500, no divisional win, trip to the wild card. First inning.